Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Football. Sorry guys, I'm unable to do the live stream on the Tuesday, so I'm having to do it today on the Tuesday. I'm not sure how many people will join in, but listen, if you have any questions and you don't make it to this stream, just make sure to comment. I'll answer your question throughout the rest of the today and the Tuesday as well. But first, let me show you how my team is looking at the moment, and this is how we are looking. So in goal at the moment, I have Sommer and Skorupski. So yeah, those are the two goalkeepers I'm probably going to keep all the way to match day 8. Happy with them. Sommer, Inter Milan have not considered any goal yet, and this coming week, Sommer and Skorupski both have good fixtures at home. Sommer against Leipzig and Skorupski against Lille. Bologna don't consider a lot of goals, but they also don't score. So if you have their forward players, I'm not sure about that. But in terms of the goalkeeper's done well for me this season. He saved a penalty. I think he had a clean sheet or something as well. It's done very well for me, Skorupski, so I'm very, very happy with him. So that is how my goalkeeping is looking. I'm not going to change anything there. Even if I had an extra transfer, I wouldn't really change any of the goalkeepers. I'm happy to keep both of them. And then in defense, Theo Hernandez, who didn't play the last, I think, France game. So I don't know if he's going to make it, but we get to see the AC Milan team before the deadline, so that is good. So Theo Hernandez is there against good fixture against Slovan. So I would expect them to have a big it's Slovan, right? I think that's Slovan. They all have almost the same initials, Sparta Prague or Slavia Prague, and it's just Slavia Sparta. They have both. So Slavia Prague, Slovan Bratislava, they all have like almost the same initials. So Theo Hernandez, William Saliba, in defense, up against Sporting. I don't really expect a clean sheet there, so hopefully 4 or 5 points for ball recoveries or something. Bastoni, the last 2 weeks he hasn't played, unfortunately. So hoping this time around he does start. He came on in the last 2 match days ago, and then last match didn't even come on. So and they kept clean sheets in those games. So that was such a downer. So Bastoni against Leipzig at home, Grimaldo against Salzburg. Very, very happy with that. If I was doing a limitless team, I would have both him and Frimpong. And then at right back, Schlotterbeck against Dinamo Zagreb. Although, again, I don't really expect a clean sheet there. Dinamo Zagreb score a lot of goals. Dinamo Zagreb do score a lot of goals at home and away. I think they've scored 2+ goals in all of their games so far. So that could be like a 3-2 or even a 4-3. So I don't expect a lot of attacking returns there. In midfield, Rafinha, for sure. I'm so happy to have him in my team. He always delivers, man. He always delivers against Brest at home. So that is a good one. Phil Foden is still my team. In the Champions League, they've been doing well, or Foden has been doing well. So I'm going to definitely keep him. In the Premier League, they're struggling and he hasn't scored this season. But against Feyenoord at home, I'm happy to keep him. I wouldn't take out Foden right now at home to Feyenoord, having already delivered for me the last. I've had him for 3 match days, and if we check his points, I've had him since match day 2. He had 14 points against Slovan. He scored, he assisted. He had 11 points against Sparta Prague. He got to play of the match. He scored as well, got 11 points. And against Sporting, a game where they really struggled, they conceded 4. He's the one who scored Man City's goal, and he picked up a ball recovery point as well. So Phil Foden in the Champions League, he has been delivering, so I'm going to keep him there. For sure, Lookman away to Young Boys. Young Boys have been conceding a bunch of goals as well. So Lookman for sure stays in my team. Atalanta are top of the Serie A, so they're doing something right. Vats is one of my transfers this week. So I've taken out Yamal. I actually took out Yamal yesterday morning, and then yesterday night we had that Yamal is not going to play that fixture. So I'm happy that I took him out. Even despite the injury, he's not been performing well in the Champions League fantasy. Like, he's not been scoring as explosively as players like Rafinha. So if I had like Vats instead of Yamal the last 4-5 weeks, I would have been like higher in the rankings, for example. So Vats comes into my team at home to Salzburg. So I don't have a limitless or a wildcard. So I also have to look at the future games. And Vats that has a mixed bag. So he does have Inter Milan next time, not an easy fixture, and then Atletico Madrid, not an easy fixture, and then Sparta Prague. So 2 good fixtures, 2 not so good fixtures, but I'm happy to have that there. Leverkusen can definitely score goals, and he's usually involved. I saw him scoring a fantastic free kick for Germany as well. And then midfield-wise, Akilucci against Benfica. Happy with that as well. At home to Benfica, Akilucci, I mean, 2 match days ago, it was between him and Minamino. Minamino ended up scoring 2 goals and Akilucci scored 1. But hey, it was a gamble that I'm happy to have. He's the cheap player, so he's always starting. So 8 points from him that match day. 3 last time. Hopefully this time he can get a return against Benfica. So that is how my midfield is looking. And then up front, Gyökeres against Arsenal. Gyökeres has been an absolute form. How are you, Ezra? Not so many people today, obviously, because I'm doing the stream earlier, but hopefully people can rewatch it back and putting their questions in the comments. Not available tomorrow. I'll be watching an Arsenal game with someone, so going out to watch that Arsenal game tomorrow, so I won't be available tomorrow to the stream. Haaland up front as well against Feyenoord. Again, in the Premier League, they haven't been doing well. In FPL, has been captain him. I removed my captain from Salah to Haaland last minute. Terrible mistake. And then Guirassy up front. Ideally, if I was making a team today, I wouldn't have players like Guirassy, but against Dinamo Zagreb, listen, I'm happy to keep him. Dinamo Zagreb have been conceding goals and scoring goals. So that is how my team is looking. Rafinha currently has the captaincy. I still have 1 transfer to go. I still have 1.4 million remaining. So I can do anything with this team. If Theo Hernandez doesn't start tomorrow, maybe I can take him out. If I feel like Baston is not going to start again, maybe I can take him out. Midfield, I'm happy with. I don't think I'm going to be changing any of my midfield. I've already done Yamal to Vat, so I'm happy with that. I think midfield will stay the same. Forward line, I'm happy to keep the same. If I don't have anything to do at all, I'll just carry the 1 transfer to the next one and have 3 transfers. That can definitely help, like in the future with the 2 match days to come. Like if you see like Haaland, their fixtures, he has Juventus next up and then PSG, Club Brugge. So if I need to like get in Mbappe or someone, then I can take him out for sure. So that is how my team is looking. 1 transfer to go. The players I'm planning to put, maybe an AC Milan forward player or something. That is what I am planning. But if I don't see anything to do at all, I'll just keep it that way for sure. I'll just keep it that way. Ezra, how are you? Ezra says, we come to your comment. Ezra says, I'm here planning to do my wildcard. Interesting. I already used my wildcard in Limitless a long time ago. So I'm having to go all the way to the end. Ezra says best 4.5 million defenders. Is there matches today? No, it's definitely Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm just doing the stream earlier. It's tomorrow, yes, as Danish says. Why did I stop sharing the screen? See, best 4.5 million midfielders. I'll say Kolasinac. Let me share the screen again. I stopped sharing the screen for some reason. Kolasinac for sure. Atalanta against Young Boys. Just a moment. Let me share the screen again. I removed it by mistake. There you go. So yeah, that is the team that I have. So Kolasinac, I would say Kolasinac. Hope you can see. Hope you can hear me now. So yeah, as it loads. So yeah, I'm going to say Kolasinac for sure. Atalanta against Young Boys. Ezra, and then the second one. There's not too many. So because the ones who have very good fixtures, like has it shared yet? Yes, it has now, I think. Let me check that. I'm trying to share the screen. Yeah, there you go. So teams like Leverkusen who have good fixtures, you can't really get 4.5 million midfielders. Barcelona maybe against Brest, but Brest have been doing really, really well. So Kolasinac is the best, but there's not too many others. I see why you're going for a wildcard. What I would do, Kubas is an option, but what I would do is I would go for a couple of or one cheap midfielder, one cheap defender instead of two cheap defenders, because those teams that are like that have 4.5 million defenders, they're conceding a lot of goals. So the only defenders really are Kolasinac and Kubasi, and even Barcelona's fixtures, because you're using your wildcard, you're planning all the way to like the end. Dortmund, Benfica, Atalanta can easily see Barcelona conceding goals in those games. They conceded 2 against Celta Vigo recently, so not the best. But yeah, Kolasinac and Kubasi, if you really do need strikers, or not strikers, defenders, those are the two I would go for. For me, how many 4.5 million players do I have? Let's see. Price. So yeah, I don't have any 4.5 million defender. And midfield, I actually don't have any 4.5 million players. So that could be because I don't have players like Salah. Like if I had Salah in my team, or Saka is definitely going to return to my team, not this week, but next match day is going to return to my team. He hasn't been in my team because I think there's a week where he was an injury doubt, and Arsenal had Inter Milan as well. So I didn't really have Saka there in my team. But Saka is definitely going to be coming back to my team very soon. Probably for someone like a Foden next time or something, if I have 3 transfers next time. So for me, my cheapest player is Skorupski, 4.6 million. But outfield players, my cheapest is 5 million and 5.3 million. Those two, Schlotterbeck and Akiluch. And I do have 1.4 million still in the bank. So if I was to change anything in this team, let's say AC Milan's team comes out tomorrow and Pulisic is starting, Reinders is 5.6 million. So I can say, okay, I'm removing Akiluche for Reinders. AC Milan against Slovan Bratislava. That is a good move, I think, if I bring in Reinders. But I also have to look at the fixtures that are coming up, because they don't have any chips to play. So Monaco have Arsenal, Aston Villa, Inter Milan. Not easy fixtures at all. AC Milan do have... why do I keep on saying wait? Yeah, Slovan Bratislava, yeah. I confuse those teams. Red Star Belgrade, Girona, and Dinamo Zagreb, those are the teams that AC Milan have. So those are good fixtures. So at the moment, if I double up, I don't like tripling up on AC Milan, very, very risky. And Theo Hernandez, I'm not sure if he's definitely going to play. So Pulisic and Reinders are the options in midfield. But can I really afford Pulisic if I take out Akiluche? No. I can only afford Reinders. And forward line, I can't really afford anyone unless I take out Guirassy. And Guirassy, next up, they do have Dinamo Zagreb, who have been conceding a lot of goals. And then they'll play Barcelona, Bologna, Shakhtar. I don't like Guirassy as an option, but since the fixtures are good, I'll just keep him, because I had other things to do. I had to take out Yamal for VATs, and then I'm also really thinking of saving one transfer. But I'll comment on this particular video on Tuesday to tell you guys what transfer I've decided to do. Ray says, I was scared that today's deadline. No, it's tomorrow, just not available tomorrow. I'm going to watch the Arsenal game outside, so won't be available for that. You, Ray, my transfer is simple. It's Vini to Gyökeres and Olise to VATs. So Vini to Gyökeres. So you're removing Vinicius to bring in Gyökeres. Ray has no respect for Arsenal at all. He feels like Gyökeres is going to score some goals against Arsenal. And Olise to VATs. Olise to VATs, I'm happy with. I've also done Yamal to VATs. Yamal is definitely not going to play tomorrow. Let me actually, at the moment, check if there's any more news on tomorrow's games and Wednesday's games. Wait, you've removed Vinicius. You're a Madrid fan. That's interesting. Which team are Madrid playing? Liverpool, I know. And then next time, Madrid, Liverpool. Do you think Liverpool are going to beat you, Ray? I don't know. Liverpool going to win every single game against Madrid, against Man City over the weekend. That would be interesting. If Liverpool go and beat both Real Madrid and Man City this week, then trouble. Atalanta, Salzburg, and then Brest. Those are good fixtures for Madrid, apart from the Liverpool one. So they will. Wow. Okay. Gyökeres is the monster. Now, I think I've predicted. I think I said Arsenal will win 2-1, but that is my heart. In my head, I feel like it's going to be a 1-1 or 2-2. So I do feel like Sporting are definitely going to score, and if they score, it's probably going to be him. So that is it. So not many people in the chat today, obviously, because I'm doing the stream earlier. I should have told you guys earlier, but that came like last minute. that are not available tomorrow, unfortunately. So you have tons of injuries. I still feel like still you have Mbappe there. I watched your game yesterday against Leganes. I mean, Mbappe, player of the match in that game. He can still score. Vinicius can still score goals. Obviously, who else? Players are still there. Players are still there who can score goals. Liverpool have a good defense, but we saw them conceding 2 to Southampton, so you never know. My prediction for that game is 2-2. Gyökeres, Kane, Vinicius, Vart, Rafinha, Foden, Reinders, Kun. I had Kun in the first match day. I think he assisted, and then I took him out. And then, wait, Vinicius is injured. Okay, that's interesting. Let me see. Vinicius has been diagnosed with an injury to the biceps in his left leg, and he'll be out for 3 weeks. Oh my goodness. Okay, now that makes things interesting. So Ray already had some news. Okay, so Vinicius will miss the Liverpool game. Those are a lot of injuries. So yeah, I see what you mean. He will miss Liverpool, Getafe, Bilbao, Girona, Atalanta, Rayo Vallecano. I don't think I've had Vinicius in my team though, so I don't have to worry about that. So let's go back to Ezra's wildcard team. Tsimikas. Wow, you've gone for Tsimikas. Wow. Is he definitely going to play though? I think Madrid are going to score either way still without Vinicius. How lucky are Liverpool? How can you not have Vinicius, man? Is there any more news? Guirassy was out due to an infection, should train, but still a doubt for match day 5. So Guirassy missed the weekend's game. I do have him in my team, so that could be an easy transfer to someone else. He's a doubt for tomorrow's game against Dinamo Zagreb. Okay, Molina is out injured for Atletico Madrid. Yamal is definitely out for Barcelona. So yeah, those are the news updates so far. You have Pavard, Kunde, Grimaldo, Chan, Manyan, Chevalier, 0.7 million in the bank. I'm not so sure about Pavard, Chevalier, and Kun. Any thoughts? Kun is a good option. I know Celtic have Club Brugge at home, but let me check their fix. Do you have your Limitless, Ezra? Let me know. Do you have a Limitless remaining? As I check Celtic's next fixtures. Celtic. I know they have Bruges next, and then after Bruges, they have Dinamo Zagreb. Okay. Then Young Boys and Aston Villa. Okay, so Celtic do have good fixtures there. And Kun scored 16 points against Leipzig. I think he got player of the match here. I had him in match day 1, and he got an assist against Slovan, and then I took him out, and then he ended up getting 16 points against Leipzig. Let's see. We don't have a Limitless. Okay. How are you, FIFA bots? Guys are starting to join. I appreciate it. I'm doing the stream earlier because I'm not available tomorrow, but the other days it's back to Tuesday, no problem. There will be a match day in next month, December, and then the others, I think, in January and February. So this time, different Champions League. So I'm happy with Kun, Ezra. I'm happy with Kun. You can keep Kun. Gyökeres, Kane, Vinicius. Vinicius is injured, Ezra, so we can take him out. They're saying Vinicius is out for 3 weeks, so we can take Vinicius out. Who would I bring in? How much is Vinicius right now? 0.7 million in the bank. Let's see. Let's check. Let's check Real Madrid's fixtures. Just a moment. There you go. Real Madrid. Vini is 11.1 million, so that is a lot of money. Plus, he has 0.7 million in the bank. So, in your situation, Ezra, just like mine, I don't have a Limitless and I don't have a wildcard. You're playing your wildcard this time. There's no problem with having some money in the bank for the next 3 match days, match day 5, 6, or match day 6, 7, 8. You might need that 0.7 million in the bank. So, if you don't have anything else to do with that money, just keep it, and then you will use it some other time. You will need it. So, Vinicius, first we need to take out Vinicius. You already have Gyökeres and Kane. You could decide to go for either differential in terms of the forward line. So differentials, you could go for players like Leao if he starts tomorrow for AC Milan against Slovan. But in your case, you have to really look at the next at least 2-3 match days. Now, for your team, you have to plan for the next 2-3 match days. There's players there that you have to keep all the way to the end. So players like Grimaldo, players like Vats, players like Rafinha, Foden, Gyökeres, you have to keep them all the way to the end and then probably rotate the others in case injuries happen. So if you take out Vinicius, if you don't need, depends. Do you want a Madrid player? You can just go directly to Mbappe and then hope that Mbappe gives you the points against Liverpool and Dortmund coming up. Or you can go for cheaper players from PSV, players like De Jong, or the other one who starts up front, the one who scored a hat-trick over the weekend for them, or you can just go for Haaland if you prefer. Now, the thing with Haaland and Foden, they've been doing well in the Champions League. So for me, I'm still keeping Haaland and Foden. They have been delivering both of them, so you can just go for Haaland. How's Haaland ownership right now? It's still owned by 47%, so still very good. Unless you don't want him, Ezra. So your options, you're looking at Leao as a differential. Just want to go for Man City player, Mbappe if you just want to go directly to a Real Madrid player. If you want to save money, you can go to Atletico Madrid, who also have good fixtures. So Atletico Madrid, or even, and I don't like Aston Villa actually for this match day against Juventus. Griezmann is only 9.1 million. Alvarez is 8 million. So those ones could be options as well. And then the rest of your team, Vats, Rafinha, Foden, Reinders, Kun, absolutely happy with your midfield. Tsimikas, I'm not sure. Tsimikas, Pavard, Kunde, Grimaldo, Chan. Grimaldo fine, Kunde fine, Chan fine. Also Pavard, I'm not sure. Even myself, I'm not sure about Bastoni because they rotate a lot Inter Milan. Like Bastoni has been costing me the last 2 weeks. They've been keeping clean sheets, but Bastoni has not been playing. Sommer is the only one who's really sure in terms of if you want a clean sheet for Inter Milan, I would go for Sommer. Ezra, just try and get Sommer in my team because he's always there and Inter Milan can easily keep clean sheets. They've kept clean sheets in all the games so far in the Champions League. So Pavard, how much is Pavard at the moment? Pavard. I think he started a couple of those games. Pavard, or maybe 3. How many games has he started? All 4 or what? No, he came on against Inter Milan, against Man City, and then he started the next 3. It's very risky to go for any Inter Milan defender because we're not sure who's going to start. Like if I was sure Dumfries and DiMarco are going to start, I'd definitely even have a double up because of how they match their attack. But the problem is they get rotated a lot. So I don't think it's a problem to keep Pavard actually. I would keep Pavard because I don't see too many other defenders that I'd like. But what I would do in your case, Ezra, I'd go for Pavard, but I'd also go for Sommer. So if Pavard doesn't play, at least you still get the clean sheet with Sommer. So that is what I would do. So those are the only changes really. Vinicius to those options I've given you, and then Pavard to... We can keep Pavard, sorry. So Chevalier to maybe a Sommer, something like that. City downfall is real though. Really, really happy with that. Unfortunately, they decided to drop off when we've lost 2 games ourselves. So it's very terrible. When he needed City to drop off last season, I think we won like 13 out of 14 games, and they still also won like 13 out of 14 games. How are you, FIFA bots, in the match tomorrow? It is, because I'm not available tomorrow, FIFA bots. Lewandowski is also an option, by the way, or Haaland then. Lewandowski is definitely an option. So you already have Rafinha and Kunde. So yeah, Lewandowski is always an option for sure. He also scored against Leganés the other day, or not Leganés, sorry, against Celta Vigo. I watched the game. So yeah, Lewandowski, Haaland, Alvarez, Griezmann, all those are options. But you have to plan for at least the next 2-3 match days that are coming up. Barcelona have been doing well, very, very well. I only have Rafinha in terms of the attacking because I've actually only have Rafinha in my team after taking out Yamal, and Barcelona have been scoring a lot of goals. I think Vini will play against Liverpool. The plan of Ancelotti was to play Mbappe, Vini, and Brahim as forward. He's injured though. The news has just come out. He's injured. Not even in the squad. What do you think, Schick or Guirassy? They are saying Guirassy could end up missing. I have Guirassy in my team, but they're saying Guirassy could end up missing the game. He missed the game for Dortmund over the weekend, so that is a problem. Schick or Guirassy, so that answer would probably be Schick because Guirassy might not play. You Crusher, Lewandowski is the best, I think. Yeah, Lewandowski is definitely good. 24th in your league, but let's see any suggestions. I'm going to come to that. Ray says, anyway, Glenn, I need to go see you next week. No problem. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know it's late at your place. Thank you for tuning in. This was very impromptu, like very, very like quick live stream without telling most of you guys I'm doing the stream on the Monday. But yeah, at least I'll still be able to answer a few questions. And in the comments, you can still ask any questions in the comments tonight or tomorrow morning. Whichever questions you have, I'm going to answer them in the comments. Hi there. Who would you suggest between Foden, Lookman, and Pulisic to substitute Yamal? For me, I've gone for Vats in place of Yamal. But between those three, if you can afford Foden has been doing very well in the Champions League, Ricardo. I've had him since match day 2, and if he sees returns, 14 points against Slovan, 11 against Prague, and 8 points against Sporting. So, and this particular game, I don't think they're going to rest players because they have to win. Right now, where Man City are, where Arsenal are, where Bayern Munich are, where Real Madrid are, those teams have to win games, because if they lose again, like, for example, if Madrid lose again, that will be the third loss or something. If Man City lose again, that will be back-to-back losses. If Arsenal lose again, back-to-back losses. You can't lose 2-3 games the Champions League. You're going to end up finishing like 15th or 16th. So those teams have to win. And since they've not been doing well in the league, I think Foden could still do well at home against Feyenoord. So in order with those three, it's a hard one because I have 2 of them. I don't have Pulisic. I would love to have him as well because they're playing against Slovan. But in order, I would go with Foden, then Lookman, then Pulisic. That's my order. The way you have it there, that's my order. I know AC Milan have been doing well, especially I think they beat Madrid as well. I don't really trust AC Milan that much. Like, they have a very good fixture. I might end up bringing one of their players if Guirassy is not playing. But if I had a chance to triple up, I wouldn't really. How about Haaland up front, then upgrade Foden to Salah? That sounds good as well. But Foden has been playing really well. But I get you. Salah is a very good option. I've not had him in the Champions League fantasy. I've had him in FPL since match day 1. And he always did. I should have captained him yesterday. I removed my captain from Salah to Haaland in FPL. Big mistake. That is also an option as well. That is also an option for sure. That is also an option. I actually don't mind that option. But for me, though, I'm keeping Foden. But since you're playing your wildcard, just look to the future for sure. Like, if you feel like Salah is going to do the job for you all the way to at least match day 7, then well and good. Foden over Pulisic, yeah. Foden has a home fixture, and Man City have not been playing well in the league. And in the Champions League, they have, apart from against Sporting, and Foden has been delivering. So 11 points, 14 points, I'm going to keep him. I don't think they're still going to continue losing. If Feyenoord pick up something there, it's going to be like a 2-2. Vlahovic ready to play? I don't like Vlahovic against Aston Villa away, though. I don't like that fixture. Sad. Really considering Jonathan Davies. Lille. I mean, Lille have been doing well. I think they beat both Atletico and Real Madrid, which is crazy. Jonathan David is good. Jonathan David could be a good differential. Let me see. Crusher. Jonathan David, Lille. How much is Jonathan David? 7.1 million. Okay. But which fixtures does he have coming up? Okay, those fixtures are good. Sturm Graz, Bologna, but again, Liverpool and Feyenoord. So 3 good fixtures out of 4. So not bad. Not bad at all. Bologna, Sturm Graz, Liverpool, Feyenoord. Yeah, not bad. I know he scored against those big teams. Not a bad option. This is a differential option. He's only selected by 2%. So in my case, they're saying Guirassy could end up missing tomorrow or Wednesday's game, whichever day they're playing. So I think it's tomorrow. So if I take out Guirassy, I have 9.2 million. So I can definitely afford Jonathan David. And if I go to the forward lists, not Lille, all the teams, I can afford I can't afford the big boys in Lewandowski and Kane, unfortunately. I can afford Griezmann against Sparta Prague. I can afford him. And Atletico Madrid's fixtures after this are I don't think Griezmann is explosive, though. I like explosive players in terms of fantasy, like Lewandowski, Rafinha. Those are explosive players. Like, he can get a game with 2 goals and 2 assists. I don't think Griezmann can have a game with 2 goals and 2 assists. That's the problem. But these fixtures for Atletico Madrid are really good. Sparta Prague, Slovan, Salzburg, all options. Sesko against Inter Milan, nope. Jonathan David is a good one. Kai Havertz not this week. I'm going to bring in an Arsenal player next time. I'm definitely going to have at least a couple when we play against Monaco and Dinamo Zagreb. I mean, Nunes, Gakpo is going to start, not sure. Di Maria against Monaco, not easy. Mbappe, I can't afford. Alvarez, I can afford. Leao, I can afford as well. AC Milan's fixtures. AC Milan's fixtures also good. So if I take out Guirassy, it's probably going to be an AC Milan player or an Atletico Madrid player. But Leao has not been starting all the games, if I'm not wrong. So that's a problem. He started against Liverpool. Started against Leverkusen, played 60 against... he actually started all the games, but he gets subbed earlier. Interesting. That is very interesting. I don't like Leao as an option, though. He's a striker, and then he plays on the left wing. There's not too many striker options, maybe around 10 that you can go for, unless you're feeling really differential, and then you can go for players like Furashi and players like that. But let's see. How about Reinders? Reinders is definitely a good option, Sad. If I had to take out another midfielder, I'd bring in Reinders or Pulisic, one of them. He's very cheap and he gets forward a lot and he's been scoring a lot. So definitely a good option, especially in terms of saving money. Great. If I was playing my wildcard today, I would have Reinders instead of Akiloche. Taremi, good punt, and Reinders to Salah, many options, man. Many options. When you're playing your wildcard in a situation or Limitless, you feel like you have like 100 options and you feel like, oh my goodness, what should I do? But just make sure to look at a couple of things, Ezra. Make sure the players that you're picking, you don't like go for just 3 teams and you go for 9 players from 3 teams. You have to balance it out, because now after using your wildcard, you don't have anywhere else to run because you don't have a Limitless just like me. So you have to balance it and feel like, okay, this player also has a good fixture in match day 6 and also match day 7. Okay, that is fine, but don't go for too many risks. You can go for 2 risks at least, 1 or 2, but not too many. In my team, the risks at the moment are I don't actually have a risk in my team because these are players who usually play. Grimaldo, Saliba, Vats, Foden. So I'm not really gone for a massive differential. Guirassy is at the moment, but I'm probably going to take him out and bring in one of the other forward players. But but if you can afford Salah, just go for him. Although I think there's going to be a 2-2 against Madrid. They can easily win it 3-2. And Salah is on penalties as well. Could be a good option. As Crusher said, Jonathan David is a good option. Ricardo asked Foden over Pulisic. Yes, someone had told me about their team 24th in your league. Can I access the league right now? Let me see. Chic. I already have 2 Leverkusen players though. Chic. 6.3 million. The problem with now Chic is a gamble because he doesn't usually start, and then you never know. Like I could bring him for this week, and then next time they have Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid next time. Not great. And then maybe he doesn't even start in those games, and then I'll have to try and take him out. No. So in my situation, I don't have a wildcard and a Limitless, so I have to go for balanced options who are at least are going to play all the way to match day 8. And I think Haaland is going to play all the way. Rafinha is going to play all the way. Lookman is going to play all the way. Saliba is going to play all the way. Soma the same. So yeah, I'm going to bring in a player who's probably going to play all the way to match day 8. Adeyemi's fit is a great option, but I also feel that he's been overperforming. He's been injured for a couple of weeks, right? Adeyemi, Dortmund, midfield. The fixture is good, but next time they have Barcelona and then Bologna, Shakhtar. Those are good fixtures. But for midfield-wise, though, there's so many midfielders. I think you have to have Rafinha in your team. Rafinha is a must-own for everyone. And then Lookman is like 60% on. You need like not how many people have him, but I think you need to like have him at least 60%. Rafinha 100%. You need to have him. Foden maybe 50%. So he's not the best option, but he's been delivering, but man still not on form. Vats is not a must on, but for me, I've just gone for him because you can decide to go for someone like a Pulisic or Vats, one of them. Akiloch is just a cheap one in midfield. You can decide to go for him or Reinders in midfield. So for me, I have to take out Guirassy if he doesn't make it tomorrow. But Adeyemi could be 6% on, could be a good differential. He was great before he got injured. But the fact that he's coming back you never know if he's definitely going to start. You don't play FPL? I definitely play FPL as well. I usually update it in the community tab. I do update in the community tab. I definitely play FPL. I've been playing FPL since 2014, so I definitely play FPL. I have in my FPL, I have Salah, Haaland, both of them. As I said, I captained Haaland instead of Salah, and I changed it on the Friday night, which was terrible. I also have Saka. Luckily, he's been delivering. A lot of people have transferred him out. I don't have Palmer. I have Salah, Haaland, and Saka as the big boys. I also have Saliba in the team. I also have, who else do I have? I have Chris Wood as well. I put him on the bench though for the Arsenal game. He didn't play actually. Foden for Vats, I would have both. I wouldn't take out Foden. He has a good fixture at home against Feyenoord. I know Man City have been playing poorly, but in the Champions League, Foden has been delivering every single week. I think both of them could easily have 10 plus points this week. So for me, I have both. So I can't really suggest you take out Foden for that. I triple captain Salah this game week, have Maddison, Poor on bench though. Yeah, no one would have predicted. I also have Poor on my bench. No, sorry, that is a draft. I also played the draft thing. I had Poor in one of my draft games, and he was the last sub because I didn't expect him to score and keep a clean sheet. But Maddison, I've never considered him for my team. If I was to go for Tottenham players, it would be players like Son. But yeah, that is a killer. That is a killer. There's still one game today, and then after today, I update my team like in the community tab. Hey Glenn, playing the Limitless this week. Interesting. For the Limitless, I thought match day 2 and match day 4 are the best. But if you have like injuries and your squad has a few suspensions maybe and stuff, and you feel like this is the best week, then go for it. You can have at least 2 players from Man City, or at least 1. You can have a couple from Atletico Madrid. You can have a couple from Barcelona, maybe Rafinha and Lewandowski, those kind of players. Vats as well. You can have Pulisic as well. So in a situation without any budget, then you're good to go. I actually didn't expect all of you to join today. I thought maybe it's very last minute. Let me see if there's any more injury news. But Vinicius has been ruled out. Guirassy might end up missing. Yamal has been ruled out. So there's been a few injuries there. And I'm sure some of you have Yamal or Guirassy or players like that. Let's see. Salah I can't afford. Salah I cannot afford him. The rest of the team looks okay. There's no injury news at all. But if there's anything between today and the deadline tomorrow, I will comment on this particular video. So I'm really thinking Griezmann. I don't know. I'm really thinking bringing in Griezmann for Guirassy, but I don't know about it. I never trust Atletico Madrid and AC Milan because I don't feel like Atletico Madrid is a team that can go beat a team 4-5-0. Who is Griezmann? How many points does Griezmann have so far? He got 13 against Leipzig. He scored and assisted. 1 point against Benfica, 45 minutes. 90 minutes against Lille. 90 minutes against PSG. Griezmann, I don't think is a player who can go and score a hat-trick in a game. He prefers to assist as well. Like he can have 1 goal, 2 assists, but he can never have 3 goals. You're welcome, Ricardo. So Griezmann, I'm not sure. But look at the fixtures for Atletico Madrid. Sparta Prague, Slovan, and Salzburg. And at home to Leverkusen as well, who Leverkusen concede a lot of goals as well. I have followed their games in the Bundesliga. They concede 2-3 goals per game as well. So those are really good fixtures for Atletico Madrid. Really, really good. Or should I go for Alvarez? How many games has Alvarez been starting in the Champions League? He played 63 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, like 67 minutes. I don't like players who play 60 minutes, man. Nah, I don't like it at all. Especially now, since I have to have a player who's going to play all the way to the later stages. I'm playing Wildcard because I have many bad players, especially goalkeeper. I do understand that for sure. I do understand. That is the time you can play Wildcard and Limitless. You can plan at the beginning of the season that, okay, I'm going to play my Limitless in match day 2 and then my Wildcard in match day 6. But things can happen. Like my wildcard, I think I had to play it because of the injuries and the players that I had suspended, so I had to play it. And I was lucky in terms of that because I missed out on like the Gregorio red card after I took him out on a wild card or Limitless or something. So yeah, you can plan as much as you want, but injuries can happen. Like right now, if you have Yamal in your team and you have Vinicius in your team, and then you had like maybe a Bastoni who you're not sure is going to start, and then you have a bad goalkeeper, as Ezra said, you have to play the wildcard or the Limitless. I think the wildcard would be better if you have a lot of bad players that you feel like are not great. So for now, you have to plan all the way to match day 8. Crash says not the best match day for Limitless. I agree. A lot of high scoring teams of difficult fixtures. Yep. So if you're playing your Limitless this week, depends again. Maybe you have you're in a bad situation and you have to play that. Then you have to target maybe. I wouldn't really triple up on a team this week. This week I'd go for maybe 2 players per team. Maybe Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, maybe a Dortmund forward and a defender, although I think Dinamo Zagreb will score. Inter Milan, for sure, you can go for a couple of their players. Digne for Van Dijk. Digne out for Van Dijk in? Not sure. I still think Real Madrid are going to score against Liverpool. So not for this match day, Johnny. I think both Juventus and Madrid are going to score. If I was taking out Digne, I'd bring in another defender. For that, you're hoping for Van Dijk ball recoveries and maybe a goal or something. I've not even considered Van Dijk at all. Let me see how many ball recoveries Van Dijk has so far this season. He's on by 25%. Interesting. He has 21 ball recoveries. Okay, so he picked up 3 against AC Milan. He scored. He picked up 8 ball recoveries, clean sheet against Bologna, clean sheet against Leipzig, 4 balls recovered, clean sheet against Leverkusen, 6 balls recovered. So those are good, but I think they're going to consider against Madrid. So if you bring in Van Dijk, I think you're going to get like 4 points or 5 the most, which is not bad. But I think there could be other defenders that you could go for this match day. I think there could be others. Again, you don't have to use all the transfers. If you're not using your wildcard or Limitless and your team is looking good and you have an extra transfer remaining, you can keep it for next match day. In case things go badly next match day, you can use those transfers. Got 395 points without using Limitless. Wow, at 395 points. How many points am I on? Let me see. Let me confirm that. 395 points without using Limitless. Your team is not really harambol, huh? Your team is actually good football, I see. How many points am I on? I'm on, let's see, leagues. So at the moment, I'm on, I'm 6th in the Everything Football League. How many points do I have? Show me that. I have 386. So you have more without using Limitless. Interesting. That's what position are you? What's your team name, Haram? Surely there's no way. 395 without using Limitless? That means there's a way. If you had VAT and he scored a lot of points, if you had Gyökeres and he scored his hat trick, if you had Vinicius and he scored a couple of goals against Dortmund, then it could be high. Rafinha for Yamal, yes, 100%. Yamal out, Rafinha in. You should have done it already, Baron, for sure. Diaz stats, which Diaz? Like Luis Diaz? Not sure. I mean, they started with Gakpo, Nunes, and Salah, so I think Diaz might start. Yeah, I would probably say Diaz starts this game against Real Madrid. Having Rafinha in the squad is a no-brainer at this point. Yeah, for sure. 100%. Like the way he's now, that is an explosive player. Like if you're to ask me Rafinha or Griezmann in the team, I would go for Rafinha for sure because he's a player who can score 2 goals and 2 assists in a game. I don't think Griezmann can do that. Johnny says Ryan Sommer. Ryan Sommer, they're playing on different days. They're playing on the same day, right? Yeah, but no problem though. Like if you don't have a wildcard or Limitless, you're going to get a match day where the goalkeepers play on the same day. Bastoni, Inigo, transfer 1. Okay, Grimaldo, Akanji, Saliba. Akanji? That man's defense is a bit shaky. Rafinha, Kiluche, Lukman, Foden, Olmo, Guirassy, Haaland, Gyökeres. So Guirassy is a doubt to play against Dinamo Zagreb. That one is a doubt. Midfield, Rafinha, Kiluche, Lukman, Foden, Olmo. I'd keep all of them. Gyökeres and Haaland at keep. Have you played both your wildcard and Limitless, Johnny? Let me know. Saliba, Grimaldo, I'm fine with that. Even Ryan, I'm fine with that. Guirassy is an injury doubt, so that is the player I'd be considering to take out tomorrow. I wouldn't really, unless you're already ready to make a transfer right now. For the injured players, you can just take them out right now. There's no need of waiting for tomorrow. Like we know Vinicius is out, Yamal is out. Players like that, you can just take them out right now. No need to wait for tomorrow. The thing of doing the streams on the Tuesday, I'll still be doing them on the Tuesday, but it's usually very rushed, as you guys have seen. Like, oh my goodness, who do I get? Who do I remove? But when I've done it today, now we have a full day to think about who to bring in. I don't mind that team actually at all, Johnny, apart from Guirassy, who is an injury doubt. Gregorio, Blaswich, yeah, that was a terrible combination. I didn't go for those two. My first goalkeeper picks were, let me do this. Let me go to my team. So let me go to match day 1 where I got 123 points. So as you can see in match day 1, my first two goalkeepers were, let me remove this. I went for Skorupski and Di Gregorio. I was very lucky. Skorupski got 11 points that match day, and I think he was only owned by like 2%. He saved a penalty, and I had Di Gregorio on the bench, so I removed him and put in Skorupski. I actually had Skorupski in my starting lineup or something. No, I brought in Skorupski from the bench that match day. He got 11 points, so I didn't have Blast, which escaped that. And then in match day 2, I would have had Di Gregorio playing. Is it this week? No, this is, I think it was the third match day. How many points did Di Gregorio have here? No, Di Gregorio picked up a red card. So I had Soma playing on the Tuesday that week and Di Gregorio on the Wednesday. I had Soma picking up 7 points, so I never brought in Di Gregorio to my team. So I didn't get hurt by his red card that match day as well. So I was happy with that as well. Match day 3, is it when I played my wildcard? Yes, I played my wildcard, and then I had Soma and Skorupski. Soma got 6 points. So I think every single match day my goalkeeper has returned, which is interesting. Apart from last match day when I messed up, I had Soma on the bench with 7 points. I didn't bring him in for Skorupski. Instead, I brought in Bastoni, and Bastoni didn't play because I knew Inter Milan and Arsenal could end up being a 0-0. So I had Saliba and Bastoni. But the problem is Inter Milan scored a penalty in that game, and Inter Milan kept a clean sheet, and Soma and Bastoni didn't play, unfortunately. So I missed out on that. So Blaswich is a terrible pick if you went for him. Terrible pick. In your team, I'd probably go Akiluche for Enzo, Bastoni for Mittelstadt, then go for full Borussia to buy next week. Says A.A. Grozdanov. I only have one transfer remaining, then I'm not playing a wildcard or Limitless Grozdanov. So that is the problem. Akiluche is not a problem in my team right now. Guirassy is a doubt. So I have to take out the injured players first. I already had Yamal, so I had to take him out. The thing is, you definitely have to take out the injured and suspended players first. You cannot take out players like Akiluche and Rafinha if you have injured players in your team. So I can only take out Guirassy, who is a doubt. If I take out Guirassy, I have to bring in a forward player. And I think the rest of the team looks good. Soma, Bastoni, Lukman, Vats, Grimaldo, Foden, Rafinha. Considering I don't have a Limitless and Wildcard, I'm very happy with this team. Actually, I know Theo Hernandez might not play. I will wait and see tomorrow. Haaland and Foden, I'm actually happy to have. In the Champions League, they have been scoring. I know Haaland threw a penalty last time, but Foden has been delivering for me. And Schlotterbeck, Guirassy, Skorupski, Akiluche, I think I'm happy with that. And next match day, Grozdanov, next match day, I'm actually planning to bring in Saka as well. So I actually have to have an Arsenal player in my team in terms of forward players. And Saka is usually the one I'm going to go for, especially considering Arsenal will have Monaco and Dinamo Zagreb at home. And that is what I'm planning to do next time. So the plan was originally to save the one transfer and have 3 transfers next time. But if Guirassy is out, I have to take him out. If I pick Foden to replace Yamal, I will be on a triple Man City because I already have Gvardiol and Haaland. You still recommend Foden over Pulisic and Lukman or any other midfielder. If I pick Foden to replace Yamal, I'll be on triple Man City. I I personally think Foden is a very, very good pick in the Champions League, and Man City have to win that game because they've just lost to Sporting and they drew with Inter Milan. That is a must-win game for Man City. They can't mess up that one. If they do, they have Juventus next and PSG. Man City could actually end up finishing outside the top 8. I don't think they want extra fixtures. So I think he has to deliver. But if you feel like Man City's triple up is too much, ideally I wouldn't have a defender from Man City. I think they're going to concede. But if you don't triple up on them, then I do understand. Then you can just go for Pulisic because he still has a good fixture. And you can also go for Lookman because he has a good fixture. The problem with tripling up on Man City, if you don't have a wildcard or limitless, is because their fixtures coming up are terrible. Juventus, away, PSG, not good fixtures. So triple up could be too much, especially if you don't have a wildcard or limitless. So if you don't have those, then you can just go for a different team instead and look for a player, even VATS as well. If you don't have him, Ricardo, look for a player who has at least 3 good fixtures out of the next 4. But you still recommend Foden over Pulisic and Lookman. In your situation, I would go for Pulisic. In my situation, I don't have a Man City defender, so I only have 2 Man City players. Actually, let me check the Lookman fixtures that are coming up. Apart from this match, Team Madrid. Oh, Atalanta have Madrid and Barcelona coming up. Those are not easy at all. Young Boys and Sturm Graz. So I'd go for Pulisic and then Lookman in that order in your situation. Although I still think Foden is a very good pick for this particular match day. If you're playing a limitless or something, you can have Foden this week. I had a starting upcoming CL match. Probably, but that fixture is so tough. Away at Anfield, very, very tough, Baron. I wouldn't really go for him. I had Adeyemi and Rafinha. Haram ball. Okay, you have Adeyemi. Okay. When they were explosive, interesting. I never had Adeyemi. I think there's a time. Did he score a hat-trick or something? Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. Limitless Red or Dead says, okay, what do you think? You mix them up. So forward players, you have Lewandowski, Haaland, and Jonathan David. I'm okay with that. Limitless, Lewandowski, Haaland, David. Limitless. I think I'd be happy with that. Although there's still a couple of other good options like Griezmann. Let's see. David is a very good differential. But David is playing against Bologna away. On a limitless, I don't think I'd have Jonathan David. I think he can still score, but in a limitless, you're looking for someone who will get you 10 plus points, right? Or at least 9. Which fixture does Kane have? Who is Kane playing this week? PSG. PSG have not been playing well anyway in the Champions League. And then, okay, there's not too many forward players, I know. But man, I wish we knew who was definitely going to start for Inter Milan up front. The differential, the third player for me wouldn't really be Jonathan David on a limitless Red or Dead. It would probably be someone like a Leao. If he starts, we get to see their team tomorrow. Or Griezmann, if he starts against Sparta Prague, he probably will. Players like that. And then your midfield is Pulisic. That is fine. Rafinha, Lookman, VATS. All 4 of those, even Foden as well. I actually love that midfield. Keep everyone there. I'm happy with that. Defense, Kunde, Grimaldo, I'm happy with that. Schlotterbeck. I think Dinamo Zagreb will score. I do have Schlotterbeck in my team as well, but I think Dinamo Zagreb will score, so you're not really going to get a clean sheet there from Schlotterbeck. Hopefully we do. Boskogli and Tomori. The best defender for AC Milan for me is Hernandez. I'm not sure if he's going to play, but Tomori is a different option. Fine. Goalkeeper, you have... Okay, so for your goalkeepers, I would change one goalkeeper. I'd try and have a big... Sommer has to be in your team. Red or Dead, I think you have to go for Sommer in goal. You have to go for Sommer. Inter Milan have not considered a goal, so I can't see any Inter Milan players in your team. You have to go for an Inter Milan goalkeeper. So I would go for an Inter Milan goalkeeper and then go for the different day from the other goalkeeper that you decide to take out. Or you take out the one who's playing on a different day than him. Oh, no, sorry. You take out the one who's playing on the same day as him. Sorry. So that is Kaneshi. I'm out of the transfer tab, sorry. Would you keep Olise? Tough fixture this week and he gets subbed off around 60th, but great fixture the week after until the end of the group stage. Sean, depends. I think there's better midfielders this week. I think Rafinha is a must-have. I think Vats is a very good option. I think Pulisic is a very good option. I think Lookman is a very good option. I think Atalanta are top of Serie A as well. Foden is an okay option. For me, I think he's a very good option for Feyenoord at home. He's been delivering the Champions League. He's not scored a goal in the Premier League, surprisingly. Tough fixture as well against PSG. So, yeah, I don't like that fixture against PSG. But if you already use your wildcard and you've already used your Limitless and you feel like Olise would have good fixtures coming up, then I see why you would keep him. But depends, Sean. If you don't have players like Rafinha and players like Lookman and Vats, then I'd be making the transfer. But very, very good thinking. You have to be very careful. If you don't have a wildcard or Limitless, you have to be very careful between now and the end. You have to balance your team. You can't go for too many differentials. You have to go for players that, you feel like are going to play all the way to match day 8. So in my case, if you look at differentials, I don't have too many. Haaland and Gyökeres, I think they're going to play all the games. Same with Rafinha, Vats. Lookman, if he's benched, maybe one game. Foden, maybe one game. Theo Hernandez, maybe one. Saliba, I think, will play every game. Bastoni is a problem because he hasn't played the last 2 games, but I think I have other problems. Grimaldo, fine. Sommer, fine. Even the Guras is a problem as well. If I was making a team right now, if I had 3 transfers, I'd probably take out Akiloche, bring in Reinders, take out Guras, bring in a different player, and then maybe the rest of the team I'm happy with. Maybe I wouldn't have Bastoni because he hasn't played the last few weeks. But Olise, would I keep him? Not if I don't have those other midfielders. Not bring out those other midfielders. Yes, Limitless and Wildcard played. Marlon for Gurasi. Now, for your case, Johnny, since you already played your Limitless and Wildcard, you have to be very careful with going for players like Marlon because you might go for him this week, he starts, and then the next 2 matches he doesn't start. Then you're in a bit of a pickle, in a bit of a problem there because you have to, again, take him out. So for Gurasi, I'd be trying to get in a player who's going to start at least 3 of the next 4 games. I don't think Marlon is going to start 3 of the next 4 games. So I'd be looking for a player who's definitely going to start. So Jonathan David is not bad in your scenario. And also, if you can afford players like how much did you say you have in the bank? So the rest of your team, midfield, I'm happy with your midfield. Kurasi, Grimaldo, Akanji, Saliba, Inigo, Bastoni. So you have the same problem with Bastoni, just like me. I'm not sure if he's definitely going to start. Marlon for Gurasi. The rest of the team looks okay. I don't think you'll have too many problems next match day either. Although Haaland is playing Juventus away next time, Foden is playing Juventus away next time, Akanji is playing Juventus away next time. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I wouldn't bring in Marlon, Johnny. I'd look for another different player who's going to at least start 3 of the next 4 games. Haaland, Lewandowski, Kane, says Maxis. If you're now on a Limitless, for sure. I mean, Kane can definitely still score a double against PSG. Kane, every time I watch Bayern Munich, he scores a hat-trick. Igor, how are you? What's up, Glenn? Hope you're well. Been a while since I caught a stream. Thank you for joining as always, but still enjoy your videos. Thank you. Currently sitting in 2nd place in Everything Football League. Yeah, I can see that. United. I can see that, Igor. 109 points last match day. He had Lewandowski captain last time. He had Tillman in your team. Okay. He had Musiala. He had Kunde in your team. He had Foden as well. So you're in a good place. But the plan is to overtake you, Igor. Sorry. Your opposition now. You are around 24 points ahead of me. You are opposition. Now you are competition, Igor. Didn't know Guras is a doubt. Yep, he's a doubt. I also look for forward swap Retegui for someone. Have Haaland and Griezmann. Do you want to bring in Retegui or you want to take him out? If you want to take him out, then that price range, you're looking at players like Jonathan David and players like that. Haaland and Griezmann, how much money do you have? How much money do you have? Yamal injured for how long? They said he's going to miss just the Brest game, I think. Because you already missed the game against Celta Vigo. And I've seen that every game is missed. Barcelona have not won. So they have to try and get him back soon. Olmo will play instead, right? I think Olmo will play. Yes. Although I think the best options from Barcelona are Rafinha and Lewandowski first. Mexis says Haaland, Lewandowski, Kane, Yamal out for Reinders, okay, Rafinha, Vats, Gittens, Kimmich. What do you think? Forward line looks okay. Is this a wildcard or a limitless? This cannot be a wildcard. Is it a wildcard? Is this a limitless? It has to be a limitless. Surely Rafinha, Vats, Haaland, Lewandowski, Kane. No, it doesn't have to be limitless. There's not too many expensive players there. Kolasinac, Grimaldo, Schlotterbeck, Lewis, Akanji. That Man City defense is scaring me, Mexes. They're conceding a lot of chances. And Lewis and Akanji, I'm feeling like at least one of them will not play. Defensively, you already have Schlotterbeck, Grimaldo, Kolasinac, out for Hernandez. I would actually keep Kolasinac and unless you have any injury news on him. I don't think Kolasinac is injured. Unless I've not stumbled upon anything today, I would keep Kolasinac. What I would do, I would take out Akanji or Lewis for Hernandez because Man City's fixtures coming up are tough mixes. They have Juventus and PSG next up. So if you want Hernandez, I would be taking out Akanji or Lewis, one of them. Probably Lewis if you can afford that. Marlon for Guirassy or Akanji for Theo Hernandez and keep Digne, no Inigo. Marlon for Guirassy or Akanji for Theo Hernandez. So we are going to get to see AC Milan's team tomorrow. If Theo Hernandez definitely starts, Marlon is a good option, but we have to take out the injured players first, Johnny. So that is always the rule. The injured players have to go out first, so Guirassy has to be out first. He's a doubt. He might still end up playing, but I don't think if you're going to get certain news. They already said he's a doubt. He didn't play on the weekend, and he's a doubt for this one. So for me, I'm just going to take him out. If you don't have too many other problems in your team and you feel like your team, you're only going to need 2 transfers next time, you're okay with 2 transfers next time, then you can go for it. Marlon for Guirassy, although there's still other good strikers that you can go for, like Schick, Leverkusen. At home, you can go for Schick or someone like that. How about Inter forwards? The problem with Inter forwards, I don't know who the hell is going to play. Taremi has played some games. Thuram has played some games. Martinez has played some games. Anatovic has played some games. So that is the problem. If you're 100% sure who's going to start, if Thuram, and they've been rotating a lot in the Champions League, Inter Milan, like Bastoni has been on the bench twice in a row. Di Marco has been on the bench. They've been rotating. Pavard, Dumfries. I think Çalhanoğlu is the only one who might have played in almost all. So Inter Milan forwards, great option, but the problem is exactly that, so with rotation. But if you're to go for them, then maybe Thuram. Any suggestions for me? I got 2 injuries. Where's Crush's team again? Having Rafinha's... Where is your team again? Oh, did I see it here? Crusher. I've lost your team. Not the best match day for Limitless. I've lost your team. Crusher. Adeyemi's feet is a great option, but I also feel like he's been overperforming. What? Put in your question again, Crusher. Put in your question again. Sorry. Played wildcard and Limitless, yes. Olise, Foden, Rafinha, Gittens, Pexo are my mids. Yeah, that one. Pulisic, if you can do that transfer, do it. The rest of midfields I'm okay with. Rafinha for sure is no brainer. Foden, I'm happy for you to keep him. Gittins as well. Oh, Olise is the one, right? Olise is the problem there. But as long as you have Rafinha, if you had 2 transfers, then I would also take out Olise and bring in Vats. But because 60 minutes and then I still think Bayern Munich are going to beat PSG something like 3-1. So he can still deliver. So yeah, just bring in Pulisic and then you'll have Pulisic, Rafinha, Foden, Gittens. You can keep Olise in your situation then. Other transfer could be Olise to Vats, but seems like a waste of transfer based on future fixtures, or Guirassy to an 8.8 midfield forward, or Chana Kanji Konde to Theo. Now we have to deal with the injured players first. So if you have Guirassy, we have to find a way for you to take out Guirassy fast because he's a doubt. He's not 100% ruled out, but he's a doubt, and we have to go with that information. He might not start, or if he starts, he might come off. That's the problem earlier. So we have to take out Guirassy first. Injured players first, Sean. Normal lineup, already used Limitless and Wildcard. Kolasinac is injured. Okay. I don't know that. Kolasinac is injured. Really? For how long? When did he get injured? Why didn't I see that? I didn't watch the last game over the weekend. That skipped me Kolasinac. It's very difficult to keep up with all the teams in the world. Especially Kolasinac. The moment he left Arsenal, I zoned out from him totally. Let's see, how long is he out for, Kolasinac? I can't read Italian, man. Kolasinac. How long is Kolasinac out for? There's... Okay, if Kolasinac is out, can I see this comment in English? Come on, man. In Bosnian. You're writing for me in Bosnian language. Goodness me. I'll answer all your questions, don't worry. If this was being done tomorrow, then there would be a rush. Let's see. How long is Kolasinac out for? But if he's injured, you definitely have to take him out. But there's not too many 4.5 million defenders, so you have to upgrade to like a 5 million defender. Or you can go for a different Atalanta defender like Zappacosta or someone. So let me answer Crash and Max's questions. Normal transfers: Haaland, Lewandowski, Kane, Yamal out for Reinders, Rafinha, Vats. Okay, so if Kolasinac for Theo Hernandez, that's fine then. I still feel like Akanji Lewis, one of them, is not going to play. So you have an extra transfer after taking out. So, okay, you have to take out Yamal and you have to take out Kolasinac. So then you have to keep Akanji and Lewis. You have to keep them and hope that they start. They are playing on the first day, correct? They're playing on the first day. They are playing on the first day. So if they don't play, then you can just take them out on the next day. Or if they don't get more than 2 points for you, you can take them out on the next day. So yeah, go for that. Kolasinac for Hernandez, Yamal for Reinders, go for it. What I'll do, I mean, if you're available tomorrow, we're going to get to see the lineups, but I think they're going to play. But I'll do Yamal to Reinders, and then maybe I'd wait until tomorrow for Kolasinac to Theo Hernandez, just to make sure that Theo Hernandez is starting. I got 2 injuries. Where is Crusher? 24th. Okay. Okay, we're going to answer your question right now. Crusher, let me find your team. Played well. Answer that one. Good luck. I'm wildcarding this week. Currently on Kane, Leao, Lewandowski, Musiala, Reinders. Musiala is interesting. Benitez, Israel. Trusty. Wow. Theo Hernandez, Dumfries, Gabriel. Oh, I love the fact that you have Saka and Gabriel Igor, although that fixture is very difficult. I also really want to bring in Saka. I think he's probably going to score assists, but I'm avoiding that fixture. I think there's other better midfielders who can get you 2 goals this week. Reinders, midfield is okay. Gabriel, Dumfries, Theo, Trusty. Leao. Very good fixture. I don't see him as a player who can get you 2 goals in a game, That's the only problem with Leao. I like Kane and Lewandowski. You don't have any Man City players if you're wildcarding. I still think it's a bit of a risk. I think Man City really need to win their games. I think you have to have at least one of their players. You don't have to. Personally, for me, I'd have... who is Musiala playing after 24th, Crusher, 24th? Balo FC, okay. Let me go back to the transfer tab. Who do Bayern Munich have after PSG? Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have PSG, Shakhtar, Feyenoord. Okay, those are very good fixtures for sure. So yeah, I see why you've gone for Musiala. Reinders, Vats, Rafinha. Dumfries again is the other problem. That defense, that Inter Milan defense is a risk. If you're going for Dumfries, I think you have to have Sommer in goal as well, just in case Dumfries doesn't play or if he doesn't play 60 minutes, because you don't want to miss out on those Inter Milan clean sheets. Someone will have Sommer or someone will have a defender who's going to play. So it's a bit of a risk. I'd try and go for Sommer if you can afford Igor. Balo says 2 injuries, Yamal and who else? Who's your other injury? You have Frimpong, Raya, Haaland. Who's the other injury? Crusher, let me know your other injury is. Like Yamal and who? Is it a good option? This is the Atalanta player, right? I hope my football. Is it Atalanta? I hope my football knowledge is okay. Let me see. I hope my football knowledge is okay. Oh, thank you, goodness. Yeah, my football knowledge is good, Johnny. He's an Atalanta player. He's selected by 1%. How has he done so far this season? He's played 60 minutes, 60 minutes, 31 minutes. Oh, goodness me. Hell no. He played 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 40 minutes. Nah. Johnny, nope. Those players who play 30 minutes, 45 minutes can get subbed off at halftime. No. If you're looking for 5.5 million midfielders, someone like Korchu, 6.3 million, maybe Reinders. I wouldn't go for De Ketelare, no. No. He doesn't play enough. Or Furuhashi, good option. Celtic have very good fixtures, so it could be a good differential. Or maybe who else? Kuhn as well, the midfielder. So could be a differential. But remember, Johnny, if you've played your wildcard and Limitless, which you have, don't go for too many differentials, because you could get matchday 7 and then 4 of them are not playing, and then you only have 2 transfers. Then it becomes a problem. The most you can have is 2. You're welcome. Max says Digne is benched for the easier fixtures due to Villa's heavy schedule. Frimpong and Yamal injured. Oh, you have Frimpong on the bench here. Okay, see. I mean, Frimpong, I think it's an easy one, Crusher. You just move from Frimpong to Grimaldo right away. I think that is a direct option. That is what I would do. Frimpong to Grimaldo right away. And then Yamal, you have Rafinha, you have Lookman. If you take out Yamal, you can bring in Vats, you can bring in Pulisic, one of them. So that is what I would do. So Yamal for those 2 midfielders, and then you definitely take out Frimpong for Grimaldo for sure. Like you just go directly to Grimaldo. Who are the best 8.8 million forwards in that case? I'd like someone set and forget, to be honest, considering both chips are used. Let me put your team on the phone again. Then we go to the comments. Let me find your team shown again here. Let me get your team. Sean's team is you're thinking Olise to Vats seems a waste of transfer. So yeah, we have to take out Guirassy out from your team. So set and forget strikers in your case that are 8.8 million or cheaper. And Jonathan David is an option. It's not, he wouldn't be my top option, but is an option. Alvarez from Atletico Madrid is an option as well. Who else? 8.8 million. The other 2 differentials. There are players like Sheik are going to play some other games, and some other games they're not going to play, and they're looking for set and forget. Did you put your team in the chat? Where is it again? Sean. Where is your team again? Okay, so you're just asking about Olise. So you already had you have Hachan, you have Akanji Kunde. Defensively, okay. Okay, so set and forget strikers for Sean below 8.8 million. Jonathan David, Griezmann is, you can't afford Griezmann. Griezmann would have been perfect for your case. So have like 3 options, but you have to look at the fixtures that they have all the way to the last match day. So as I've said, Jonathan David, Lewandowski, you can't afford him. Sesko too risky. Duran too risky. Havertz. Havertz. I'm not going to ruin your team for you, Sean. Havertz has been scoring goals for Arsenal this season, but the problem is now that Jesus came in the other day, and there's a lot of games coming up in December and January, there could be a lot of rotation there. So I think Havertz will start 3 out of the 4 games, and he can get you like 2 goals, but he could be benched as well. That's the problem. So really, to answer your question, Jonathan David and set and forget, man, that is tough. So really only Jonathan David and maybe all these strikers are going to be rotated. All these strikers are going to be rotated. But I think as long as you're okay all the way to match day 7, we can find a way to transfer someone out in match day 8. Because all these strikers, I don't think there's anyone who's definitely going to play all the games, and most of them are injured here. Boniface, Vinicius. Jonathan David is the only one, man. So let's check Jonathan David's fixtures. Let's check Jonathan David's fixtures. They've already played their tough fixtures against Atletico and Real Madrid. So Bologna, Sturm Graz, Liverpool, Feyenoord. Okay, so Jonathan David is the answer. If you want one specific answer, Sean, Jonathan David. That is the answer. And then you also get to save money that you can use next time. You're welcome, Igor. Thanks, Jay. Probably go for VATS. I appreciate it, Crusher. Make sure to hit the like button if I answer any of your questions. This, as I tell you guys, this channel is not monetized, so I just need you guys to hit the like button. I just do this for fun. I really want to get rid of Lautaro, though, so I might sit with Frimpong with this one. If he's injured, if he's definitely out, then you have to just go for Grimaldo. You don't want to miss out on those. That's a very good fixture. Because Lautaro might play. If he's fit, he might play, and that fixture is good. Soloth, Julian, I'm searching a forward under 8.3 million, but I don't know who. It has to be Jonathan David as well, Johnny. Unless you already have Jonathan David. There's not too many options at that price that are definitely going to play, because we've already used your wildcard. Johnny and Sean and myself already used your wildcard and Limitless, so you have to be very careful which players you go for. You have to get at least 6, 7, 8 players who are going to be certain for gets all the way to the end. I didn't put my team, so no problem. Can go chic punt, honestly, and get someone more expensive next week. For 1 week punt, again, need to be very careful. Because next match day, you might find a couple of players are going to be benched, or you have a couple of more injuries, and then it's a problem. So I'll just go for Jonathan David. Good fixtures. He always plays. He's delivered against Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Captaincy is an issue too on match day, the first day. Feeling Lookman, but Rafinha, Lewandowski, or Haaland would be safer options. You're feeling Lookman, but Rafinha. First day, you could go for any differential for sure. For me, my captaincy is currently on Rafinha. But Lewandowski is always an option. I don't have him in my team. Haaland would probably be the third option this week. So Rafinha, Lewandowski, Haaland. The problem with Lookman, he always gets subbed off 60, 65 minutes. So there's that. Between Sheik and David, then we'll decide tomorrow. Sheik probably a captaincy shout tomorrow. I don't think that fixture is too easy. Like Leverkusen could score like 2 goals. I don't see them scoring 5 or 6. I think they scored 4 or 5 over the weekend. But if I was to captain a player who's explosive, I wouldn't really captain players like Sheik or Griezmann. I need a player who's going to guarantee 11 plus points. So I'd go for Jonathan David because you're looking for a set and forget. I think I've answered almost all the questions. Again, I won't do a stream tomorrow, obviously, but I will be in the comments. So if you have any other questions, just comment on this video. I'll answer you throughout today and tomorrow as well before the deadline. So my team, I think, is okay apart from Guirassy. So I'm not going to take out Guirassy out right now. I'm going to wait if it's confirmed that he's out tomorrow. And if there's any update, I'm going to pin it in the comments as well. And then if I take him out, I'm considering Griezmann, Jonathan David, all have very good fixtures coming up for sure. Both of them have very, very good fixtures that are coming up. So I'd probably go for any of them and then see what to do. That is what I'll do. I'd see what to do after that. I think I've answered most of the questions. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. I think most of you are now happy with the team. So again, the injured players, you can take them out right now. Vinicius and those guys. But tomorrow, you can definitely wait for tomorrow to make some of the subs that are. If you're available tomorrow, you can just wait for tomorrow to confirm whether those players are definitely out. Then you can make those streams. Thank you, Sean. We've been going for 1 hour, 20 minutes, so I think I'll end it there, and then I'll be answering your questions in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch up with you guys. Is there any more comments? One more? Okay, I will. Just check this comment section, And then, yeah, also community tab. I'll be updating the community tab as well. Thank you for watching. Sean, Crasher, Johnny, Igor, Grozdanov, hopefully I'm saying your name right, Mexes, and everyone else who's been here, Red or Dead, Sad, who else? Byron, as always, Ricardo, Ezra, Ray, anyone else who's watched as well, I appreciate it. See you, Igor, as well. If you still have questions, just comment and then I will answer. Thank you for watching. Catch up with you next time.